the BMW F30, a car anyone would be proud to own due to its aesthetic appeal. But one huge sticking point is the interior door handles that over time will degrade, and that sticky substance will be on your hand every time you enter and exit the car. The solution? A full plastic designed handle. Made from ABS plastic, these door handles won't degrade like OEM and have a nice textured finish. Each door handle is even labeled from left to right and front to rear, with 1 indicating front and 2 indicating rear. This job is probably a 3 out of 10 and more tedious than anything. So let's get to it. Start by removing the cover for the door handle with a plastic trim tool. This gives you access to remove the 2 T20 screws. With the mount, pry out the door panel. I found it's easier to start at the corner closest to the speaker. Once it's out, remove the door cable by pulling down and unhooking it. The other connections can be removed by pulling on them or using a plastic trim tool. The one exception is the window switch. You'll need a pick tool to help you disengage the locking mechanism. Now you can see where you need to exactly place the pick tool to disengage the locking tab as you slide over the guide mechanism before pulling it out. With it out, stick your finger in this hole to disengage the window switch module and remove it. If you can't, use a pick tool to push along this tab. The plastic tabs we'll be removing on the door handle are in these holes and 2 top locations. If you want additional confirmation, you can also verify this by looking at your new door handles and seeing where they attach. In this case, it's L1. Using a 5/16 drill bit, drill out the tabs. Nice and easy is all we need here. Here are the 2 inner ones. Remove the old handle and clean the area before placing in the new handle. Also transfer over the lowest locking clip before locking down the door handle. Otherwise you'll need a pick tool like me. And while you're here, you might as well place on the other clips on the door handle cover instead of the door handle. It's much easier this way. The clips fit into their design locations with the open end facing the rear of the car. And this will be more obvious when we look at the passenger side. Then secure it in place with the supplied hardware. Now give it a test before putting it back on. The window switch is much easier if we run the cable through, connect the module, then insert it. Everything else is pretty straightforward right up until you get to reinstalling the door panel. Just make sure that the pins are properly engaged with the respective holes before pushing them into place. The handle cover has hooks on both ends, so ensure they're engaged before pushing it in. For the most part, the other doors are much easier and the rears don't even need to be removed. But the driver door handle sees the most action, so it's probably in the worst condition. When we remove the passenger door handle cover, we can see how the clips have a specific groove for the tab on the cover itself. Now for the rest of the video, we'll quickly cover each door so you know exactly what to expect. But it's essentially the driver door with a simpler door switch. And if you're having trouble with the lower inner screws, they can be easily installed if you tilt the panel downward as you get it started. And when you reinstall the window switch on the passenger side, pay attention to this tab. It should face the window and front of the car. Because you'll be installing this switch blind, proper orientation is a must. And don't worry, because that's the last window switch we're removing. The rears have enough slack once all the other wires and connections are removed to drill out the plastic tabs with it still connected, which are in the same general location. And in this case, you'll definitely need to tilt the panel in order to screw in the two bottom screws. The last door is a mirror image of the one we just did and should take the least amount of time. And just like that, you've replaced the door handles on your BMW. And this is going to be more important for those of you with an Alcantara interior, because this is going to preserve the life of your Alcantara and keep your interior looking fresh for a longer period of time. And if you already have some worn out Alcantara and you're looking to restore it rather than buying a whole brand new piece and save thousands or at least a few $100s, I'm going to leave a video for you guys right over here. But if you need any of the resources that we use in this video, it's going to be down in the description links. And if you have any additional questions, please leave it down in the comment section. And don't forget to leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see all of you in the next one.